Welcome to Mojo Travels, and today we're discussing the biggest red flags that will get you stopped at the border.
Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to Mojo Travels and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we're looking at things to avoid doing when traveling across your country's border or flying overseas. Trying to sneak food. Tell us if this sounds familiar. Airport security pulls you aside, much to your surprise. Then you remember the half-eaten granola bar in your jacket pocket or the donut you left in your backpack. It's an innocent enough mistake, but what if you want to bring outside food on the plane? Most solid food without liquids or gels are alright for carry-on and checked bags, although security might want a closer look.
If it's something like a liquid or spreadable, then you should put that in your check bags.
Depending where you're heading, you may have to leave some treats behind. In various countries, Kinder Surprise eggs are tasty treats and toys rolled into one. Due to safety concerns though, US Customs and Border Protection has been known for confiscating them.
I read somewhere that like 80,000 of them were confiscated last year. I mean, just think of the wasted time and effort.
While haggis isn't outlawed in the US, Americans can't bring home some from Scotland. Even fresh fruits and veggies can get you flagged because of potentially invasive plant pests.
This is our grinding machine. This is what we'll generally use for fruits, vegetables, that kind of commodities.
Having a suspicious amount of cash.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It doesn't hurt to leave the country with some physical currency on hand. Although more people are growing accustomed to alternative forms of payment, your phone's battery could run out, your credit card could get declined, and digital currency isn't accepted everywhere. Having $50 to $100 for each day is a reasonable safety net. You don't want to stuff too much cash into your luggage either.
This, sir, is not $1,500.
Not only do you risk that money getting lost or stolen, but you might not even make it past the border. If security sees somebody with a briefcase of Benjamins, they're going to wonder how they got that money, what they plan to do with it, and if those dollar bills are counterfeit. Legally, the TSA doesn't have the right to confiscate cash. However, they can detain you and have law enforcement confiscate the money with probable cause. It's not worth it, guys. Keep your wallet fairly light.
If it's under $10,000, you'll be free to go.
Frequently leaving the country. Numerous people regularly cross the border for work, from blue-collar truck drivers to CEOs with overseas businesses. Perhaps you even have loved ones who live just a quick trip across the border. While your reasons for travelling are innocent, going in and out of the country every week can raise eyebrows regardless. Looking over your travel history, security will sometimes jump to the conclusion that you're smuggling something illegal. Those driving a car, RV or truck also may be suspected of hiding another living being somewhere. If you're a regular traveller with a familiar face, some TSA and border control agents might not bat an eye. If there's even a shadow of a doubt about your frequent border crossing though, you may be not so randomly selected for further inspection. Wearing too many layers. Nowadays, more and more people want to stand out from the crowd. At security checkpoints though, you should aspire to blend in as much as possible. That means no sunglasses, earplugs, headbands or hats. Above all else, limit the number of layers that you put on. You may be compelled to wear a heavy coat over your sweater during the winter. When you arrive at the airport though, take most of those layers off and pack them in your bag. But be sure to leave enough room. Security is just going to have you remove extra clothing anyway.
Dressing up, you're going to end up having too much issues with security.
That's the best case scenario if you go to the checkpoint with multiple layers on. Worst case scenario, security pulls you aside, wanting to thoroughly check every pocket. Keep your outfit simple and comfortable, but not too casual. Then if you get cold, wait until you're past security to bundle up. Crossing with animals. For some pets, nothing is more upsetting than seeing their owner break out the suitcase, knowing exactly what that means. Saying goodbye to your dog or cat, even for a short period, can leave you feeling guilty about going on vacation. However, bringing your beloved pet over the border can be just as distressing, if not more so.
When you go through security, have your pet in a carrier, but also have a leash on the pet in the carrier.
Everything can go awry without the proper certificates, such as proof of rabies vaccination. For flyers, bigger pets can't get on the plane with you. Even if there is room, you and your fluffy friend will have to get past security first. TSA is guaranteed to single you out for a special screening. It is worth the hassle, obviously, if we're talking about an essential service dog or emotional support animal, but just be prepared. Packing a snow globe. Most 21st century travellers are well aware that you can't get past security with a hefty water bottle. Still, sometimes we forget to finish our drink before getting to the checkpoint. It's also easy to forget how many ounces of liquid we're allowed to carry. For For the record, the maximum is 3.4 ounces per item.
Meaning the liquid inside the snow globe is limited to 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters.
Even if you measure each of your containers, you might have neglected how much water is in the snow globe you picked up at that souvenir shop. We know that sounds oddly specific. When you've been out of the country and want to bring back something for a loved one though, the snow globe is a classic.
TSA experts say this is considered a weapon.
We'd suggest carefully packing it in a checked bag. If the TSA pulls a snow globe out of your carry-on and it's clearly over 3.4 ounces, throwing it out is going to be a little bit harder than disposing of a water bottle.
Compare it to a tennis ball. Anything similar in size will be good to go.
Being rushed and pushy. Listen, nobody likes going through security. Everyone just wants to get the process over with as quickly as possible. In many cases though, the most anxious people hold up the line the longest. The security officers have a job to do, and they're going to do it at the pace they deem fit.
It's a security reason.
If you're brash about how slowly the line or an agent is moving, the gatekeepers have the power to make your experience infinitely more inconvenient. Those with bad attitudes are also inclined to raise suspicion.
You actually made things more complicated.
I did, yeah.
One might assume that you're being aggressive because you're hiding something, giving the agent reason to hold you back. If you're going to be late for your flight, don't hesitate to speak with a representative. Just be calm, respectful, and patient. Rude Karens and checkpoints don't go hand in hand.
You lost your ticket, okay?
You're telling me that I lost my ticket, okay.
Joking around. They say laughter is the best medicine. When somebody tries to inject a little humour into a stressful or frustrating situation, it can help lighten the mood. When crossing the border, however, you'll want to check your funny bones. Security agents have little patience for jokers.
You don't have to worry about me, ma'am. I take my bombs very seriously.
Sir, you want to come with us?
No, wait! Chandler, wait!
If they ask what's in your bag or if you're wearing any jewellery, don't give a smart-ass answer. Your comment will be taken seriously. Even subtler forms of humour can land you in trouble.
The lamp was in there before.
The lamp, bro, that's the one.
Maybe you'll sarcastically let out an over-the-top yawn to express how early it is or how long you've been waiting in line. Security may find this more suspicious than funny. The same goes for whistling to pass the time or laughing about something funny that just popped into your head.
Yeah, okay, but can we hurry this up? I think my flight's boarding.
Travelling solo. Crossing the border with several people can be more hectic than going it alone, although travelling with a group has its advantages. Namely, you're less likely to draw attention. Those up to something illegal are inclined to travel solo, so as to not complicate things. Security thus singles out lone travellers for questioning and inspections. It can be especially suspicious if you're driving over the border by yourself. When a group takes an RV down to Mexico or up to Canada, it's a road trip. When you're the only one in the RV, it's a red flag. Solo flyers can attract wary eyes as well. European vacations are best experienced with a few besties. Maybe you're independent enough to backpack across the country alone, but security might find that hard to believe. Lack of documentation. If there's one thing you do not want to forget when crossing the border, it's the proper documentation. Those who've never left the country are used to travelling with nothing more than a driver's license and boarding pass.
At the security checkpoint, the TSA officer will ask for your boarding pass and ID. If you're traveling without proper ID, our officers will ask you for 2 forms of alternative IDs.
Some don't even remember to bring those. International travel comes with another layer of security, passports being the most essential items. What is more disappointing than planning a trip to France only to realise that you forgot your passport or that it's expired? And these days, proof of COVID vaccination is equally crucial. It's also a nightmare trying to return home without the right ID. If you lost your passport abroad, security ain't letting you through willy-nilly. Have your travel itinerary, evidence of citizenship, and other forms of identification to make the replacement process go as smoothly as possible. Only then may you cross back.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Mojo Travels, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.